Sean Anders broke my heart and made me cry multiple times. Yes, that's correct. This man, the writer of Hot Tub Time Machine, Dumb and Dumber 2, We're the Millers, and Spirited, also wrote and directed a movie about foster care and adoption that could have had the alternate title of Kali Ma for the way that it ripped my freaking heart out.
It's enough to make a grown man cry, and that's okay.
As part of this year's Foster Month fundraiser extravaganza race for the cure, I made what should have been a very obvious decision from the start. Why not talk about a movie? Is that not what I do here? There are a lot of pretty dramatic ones out there. White Oleander was recommended to me, but I'm gonna save that one for next year because it looks really heavy. This year I went with Instant Family because I thought it would be a fun, lighthearted comedy. And parts of it are. And other parts could have featured Sarah McLachlan singing over them. Holy crap, some of this was so much. Trying to make a lot of jokes right now to deal with my emotions. That's my thing.
He's really funny. I wouldn't want to be there when the laughter stops.
My other thing is always asking you to hit that like button. But this time it's more important. All the ad money from these foster videos goes to this charity down here. And that like helps spread the word. All right, now I'll do the walk-off I usually do. The other reason that I'm not doing other movies is because this one movie covers so much about fostering. I feel like they should just show it as part of the classes that we take. It goes through a couple making the decision to get licensed all the way through somehow multiple possible outcomes of fostering. It celebrates the ups and doesn't shy away from the downs. This is a really good movie, and not just from an informative standpoint, but just as a movie. This is a well-structured and paced, great dialogue and acting. This is a whole package right here. Okay, Julie told me to start at the very beginning. So our movie opens up with not Chip and Joanna here renovating houses and joking with her sister about them having kids. And they laugh it off. They're not gonna have kids. Then we cut to later. They're still talking about how crazy it would be. And he jokes that, maybe they should avoid the baby phase and just adopt a 5-year-old. Gentlemen, do not joke about things like this with your wife, because she starts looking it up out of curiosity and makes a crucial mistake. Do not, I repeat, coming closer, do not visit sites like adoptuskids.org. Once you see the sweet little faces of those kids that need loving parents like you, it's over. It's over. You will not be able to get their adorable faces out of your brain.
Oh, no, don't show me that. I don't want to see those little faces. Trying to break my heart. I just got home from work.
You will be plagued by thoughts of their situation, and you'll start making plans for, you could fit them into your home and provide a safe, nurturing environment, and then you suddenly find yourself calling a licensing agent. This slope is slippery AF.
You don't want it.
I think I kind of want it.
What I love about this movie is that it shows multiple couples with different motivations and outcomes. Obviously, not Chip and Jo are the main characters, but they go to a foster support group, which are good things, by the way, and we get a little glimpse into the other parents. One woman is the continuous butt of jokes because she unironically wants to live out the plot of The Blind Side, but claims she's never seen it.
I would like to be the single mother of an athletically gifted teen boy who I can help to reach his full Division I scholarship potential.
We also have a bright-eyed Christian couple who feel led to jump in. Now, personally, I'm glad their story works out, but we do see them get a rowdy kid, and that's pretty funny.
And cranking his explicit music till all hours. And he got into another fight at school.
Thank heaven he didn't seriously hurt one of the other kindergartners.
We also have this gay couple who are purely going an adoption route, and their case seems to go smoothly all the way to adoption. Now, each state is different, but most states will not be so open to this kind of foster to adopt attitude. They usually emphasize the reunification with parents as the primary goal. But this movie seems to take place in a state where there is a specific foster to adopt track. Later in the movie, we do see more emphasis put on this reunification goal. Sometimes families will get into foster care with zero intention of adopting. We have some friends in a different state that adopted this way, and they went in knowing that they were adopting foster kids whose case had gone to adoption-seeking status, but their foster parents were not there to grow their family. Every case genuinely is unique. So our main couple goes to an adoption fair picnic, and this is both super gross and super real. They literally bring these kids to a park and display them for potential adoptive parents. It's weird for everybody. The kids feel like they're on a sale block. The parents feel like they are portable document format files for scouting out kids to take home.
Oh dear, I've just been a little bit sick in my mouth.
Before I got my license, I was talking with one of my neighbors who has 2 privately adopted kids. I was asking about the process, and he said, yeah, sometimes it feels really icky. You're usually paying these legal fees, and you're paying for mom's medical care, and he said sometimes it genuinely feels like you're literally buying kids, and it's a little nasty. Instant Family does an excellent job of refusing to shy away from the dirty parts of the child welfare system. Yeah, these kids were in dangerous situations, and we need a formal legal system to track them and take care of them, but sometimes it can feel a little sterile and like a cattle auction. They even showed the negative attitudes of the main couple. After one particularly difficult day, they have a conversation about giving the kids back. What if we've made a mistake, they wonder, and they briefly dive into this hypothetical way they could offload these kids and still save face with their friends and family. This movie is not a shiny, happy facade of foster care, and I love that. Something else impressive about this movie is not only how accurately it portrays aspects of fostering, but the number of those aspects. As I said, we saw a few different couples. We also saw the various outcomes of fostering. We met a crappy foster couple who were just there for the money. We saw the various reactions to the main couple's decision to foster with their friends and family. We saw behind the scenes of one inspirational foster story, the not-so-clean struggle under the outward-facing success. We saw a real relationship with the main couple and their 3 kids. They were so well behaved at first because foster kids are trained to be nice because they grow up thinking that love is conditional. Then we see the ups and downs of the relationship as they get comfortable. Just like regular parenting, there are good days and bad days. We also saw the behavioral changes after their biomom came back into the picture. We get all these different facets of the foster experience, and to Sean Anders' credit, the pacing and structure are amazing. I never felt like he was glossing over parts, nor did I feel like he had just this checklist of items that he wanted to show and was simply tacking them into parts to make sure all the boxes were ticked. It's written so naturally, and it all fits together seamlessly. Foster stuff aside, this is a well-written, well-directed, well-produced movie. But back to the kid thing for just a second, I want to belabor this point about the parenting and the behavior. Something I wish that more people talked about is that kids have terrible behavior. All of them. My biological kids have insane behavior sometimes, just like my adopted daughter. Kids generally are stupid. That's part of being a kid. So we talk about foster kids having bad behavior, but I've met plenty of regular kids who I want to ask, were you raised not by wolves or in a barn or anything, just in general, at all? Who raised you? We often put foster kids in their own special category of bad behavior, but that's false. They might have a unique reason for their particular behavior, like their mom's boyfriends would put out cigarettes on their arms, which is something most kids don't have to deal with, but that doesn't negate the fact that parenting, in general, is hard. Doesn't matter who birthed or raised these kids. Instant Family has a great scene where the parents are in licensing class and have drawn what their children will probably look like. And the teacher erases all of those drawings because those are fantasy children. And it's poignant. But of those of you who already have kids, did your biological children behave the way that you fantasized? Do you not listen to soon-to-be parents talk about how their kids will behave and have to fight from laughing in their faces? Far too much weight and expectation is put on foster kids, both negative and positive. Yes, these kids have lived through events bad enough to put them in the system, but they're still kids, and kids are tough. I don't want to spoil the rest of it, but I cannot recommend this movie enough. It's accurate to the subject matter, it's wholesome and touching, and also, it's really funny and enjoyable to watch. I hope it inspires you to get involved with foster care. As they correctly stated in the movie, there simply are not enough homes, and that creates bad situations. But if you can't get your license, I hope you'll consider donating to this year's fundraiser for Safe Families for Children. They're a nationwide organization that seeks to provide support for vulnerable families so they don't end up in foster care. That's right, they're trying to aid foster care by never needing it in the first place. At the end of the month, I'll be having a live Q&A with a representative from Safe Families, who is also a foster parent. I hope you can check it out, and if you're wondering about some of the details of foster care, or you're curious about my personal journey, click right here to see my video from week 1. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.